It's Bonnie. Happy Friday! I forgot to say in my last video, happy March 1st with my mom. I can't believe it's March 1st already. In like a lamb. We're kind of lambish today, which means we're probably going out like a lion. So I have a different video for you guys today. I thought this would be kind of fun. So yesterday, I did a Bath & Body Works video and I talked about my candle throw ranking system. And a lot of people were commenting on how I review candles. So I thought I'd talk about what it's like to be a candle reviewer, how I go about reviewing, why I love doing what I do, and just kind of my story. So my love of candles, believe it or not, started when I was like 7 or 8. I remember going to the mall and seeing, remember when they would take like a knife and they would cut the candles and they twist the wax? They still do that. I could have stood in the mall and watched them do that for hours. I've always been really connected to candles like my entire life. It started when I was young, continued into my teen years, and then I've always just had such a love of fragrance and candles that extends into body care. A lot of people have joined me along the way, and I actually think today is a really poignant day, and I didn't even realize it. So on March 1st, 2016, 8 years ago, I can't believe it's been 8 years, I got literally the worst case of the flu and pneumonia combo I've ever had in my life. I was sick. I actually got admitted to the hospital. I was so sick. I had a grade schooler then, and you know how kids bring home lots of cooties. And I think I just had the really bad luck of getting the flu and pneumonia at the same time. And they put me on a really high-powered antibiotic, which made me extremely sick. And I just could not get back to my normal self. My hair was like falling out. I was miserable. And it just took me a long time to get back on track after I had that illness in 2016. So that was like March. And then in June, my daughter and I had been watching Graveyard Girl. We loved watching her. And she had been talking about Lush hair bars. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get some of these. Miraculously, they really helped my hair. And I had a Lush hair bar. And, at this point, I was, going to Yankee Candle constantly. I was doing Bath & Body Works. I mean, I was buying a lot of stuff for myself. And I actually had a blog that I was using just for like random writings. I have a degree in English, so I would, write some stories, some humorous stuff. And I thought, you know what? I think I could actually review beauty products. Didn't even think twice about it. I'm like, this could be fun. So I started just reviewing on my blog, writing about products. So I did that for 1 year. I wasn't on camera at all. I just wrote. And it was a nice release for me. I really enjoyed doing it. I got back on track. My hair got healthier. And then literally like a year later in 2017, I thought, you know what? I wonder if I could do this on YouTube. And that was around the time that everyone was doing the beauty boxes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get Ipsy. I'm going to get BoxyCharm, which I had already been getting, for my, writing blog. But I'm like, I'm going to get them to show on camera. So I ordered a couple more. I had Sephora. I think Allure had one. And I started a channel, Queen of the Girl Geeks, and I filmed my first video, and it was horrendous. I mean, luckily, there's no record of it. I'll explain that later. So here I am, and I didn't even know how to act on camera. My lighting was terrible. I had this box in front of me, and I'm like, there's some products in here that I think you might like. And I mean, it was just a train wreck, absolute train wreck. So I thought, you know what? And I get some terrible comments. I think like my first comment was, "You suck." So I thought, you know what? I can do better. I cannot suck. So I started getting some Bath and Body Works products, and slowly but surely, I got better. I practiced. And I'm like, I knew I could do it if I practiced. So I just started practicing. I got better, and I had my channel, wasn't even monetized at that time. I just was doing some small time stuff. I think I had 2,000 followers. And in February, again with the February, poignant month for me, I found out I had early stage breast cancer, which was DCIS, and I was going to be getting a unilateral mastectomy on this side. I'm like, what side do I? This side. And I thought, you know what? I don't know. Do I want to keep doing this? Because it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work to be a vlogger. So I thought, you know what? Maybe I should just like end it right here. So I got rid of my channel. 3 days later, I was like, oh, I miss this so much. And it's funny because I used to work for a business author named Seth Godin for 7 years. I ran his community on Squidoo, and I learned so much from this man. And one of the things he always told me is that you have to do what you love. And I've learned that, believe me, when you turn like 50, it really starts to sink in that you want to do what you love. So I had my channel gone for 3 days, and I started it back up, and I went back on and said, I blogged about it. Like if you go back in my Queen of the Girl Geeks blog, you can read about the story on there. I think I wrote a story like why I quit, why I came back. And I've been here ever since. So like that's 5 years now that I've had this channel. And I gotta say, I love it. It is definitely a labor of love. And a lot of people ask me, different questions about candles, reviewing, how do I get product, how do I approach companies, how do I review stuff? And I mean, the honest truth is like, I'm just me. Literally what you see on camera is exactly how I am in real life. And it's funny because yesterday, like I said, I did a video, I did strawberry daiquiri, and a couple of people were like, oh, you're good for entertainment purposes, but I don't trust your reviews. It is funny because trust me, when you turn about late 40s, early 50s, you really start to not care as much what people think. Like my earlier self would have just gone in the closet and cried. I would... It likes me. But as you age, it's a nice thing about aging. You start to really develop a sense of yourself. And when someone says something, you're like, eh. So here is my stance on candle reviewing. Because a lot of people ask me this. It's a good question, too. I mean, should you be able to like watch a video and buy a candle and, you know, is the reviewer right? And the answer is it's fluid. I mean, honest to goodness, there are so many amazing candle reviewers out there, and I feel like we all do something differently. Wax and Facts Fiona is wonderful. Philly Candleman, Leah, Tina Marie, Chris, Connor. I mean, I could name 50 amazing candle reviewers on YouTube right now. And my honest advice is go subscribe to all of those channels. And, you know, if you like me, obviously subscribe to me. I try to make it fun. But we all have different opinions and techniques for reviewing. So here's how I do it. I purchase all of my candles at Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works really does not give PR. Occasionally, reviewers will get something from Bath and Body Works, but it's few and far between. Other companies do offer influencer ambassador programs. Kringle Candle, Homeworks, Tuscany has sent me candles. There are other candle companies, small businesses that will send me candles and say, hey, can you share my product? I love sharing small business, by the way. The Dirty Soul Soap Company, I was so excited to be able to share their product because, you know, a lot of times when you're competing with Bath and Body Works or a large company, it's hard to get your product out there. And I know that myself. Yeah, I'm pointing to Ted Burr, my friend Lenny, who has been on my channel. As many of you know, I have been very involved with his TV series In the Name of Jamie Wakefield, Too Pretty for a Boy, and his book, A Face from Uranus. And I'm a huge advocate of this project, and I promote Lenny on my channel all the time. He's one of my best friends on the planet. And it's a joy to be working with him and sharing stuff. My mother makes purse charms on Etsy. And I'm always, actually, we use the Queen of the Girl Geeks name for her purse charms. She makes most of them. I'm always promoting my mom. So as an influencer, I do share a lot of small businesses, including my own. Lenny and I, we have a merch shop called Bon Leo, by the way, if you want Eclipse shirts. We have a whole line of Eclipse shirts. But I also like to share, like I said, other companies. I was so happy to share the Dirty Soul Soap Company. So people do send me stuff. If you are just starting out and you want a YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. It is a lot of work. You have to get super organized. You have to have kind of a space to be able to share product. You have to have the lighting. You have to make sure, you know, you just have some structure and organization. But you can apply to be an influencer or an ambassador at Kringle, at Homeworks. I'm lucky enough that Goose Creek always sends me candles to review, and I'm so grateful to that company because I love them so much. So I do have a combination of paid product and product that people send me. Anytime I get a product for free or I have an influencer code, I always mark paid promotion because that's a rule. You got to do that. I always make sure people know that I've gotten a product for free or that they're using a code that I'm going to be making money on. Does it affect my reviews? Absolutely not. It doesn't matter if I got a candle for free or if I paid for a candle, you're going to get the same review for me. That's just how I do it. You don't have to believe me. Some people are like, oh, no, no, no. She just says nice things about everybody. It's funny. My personality type is a little bit, this is who I am. If I get a candle that is really just not my thing, I tend to not review it. Like a lot of times, like Hibiscus Waterfalls is not a favorite of mine. I may review it. I may not get to it. I'll do it in a haul. I'll show you guys like the scent notes, but then I'll usually like gift it to a family member who likes that scent because it's a little bit harder for me to review something that I'm not as on board with. Which is actually why I love having Lenny on my channel because he loves so many of the scents that I am not super crazy about. So we're a really great team. I hope to have him back soon. But we do a really good job. Same with my mom. She loves Tropidelic. I'm not crazy about it. So there is an element of personal taste in reviewing. The other element is a candle, a quality candle. And I do not review for companies that I don't like. So for example, if I buy a candle, like I bought a candle like last year at like Michael's and I just didn't like it. I burned it. I didn't like it. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother reviewing it because it wasn't something that I really wanted to share. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Aldi. I actually did get some Aldi candles this past month. I wasn't crazy about them. Honestly, they changed over to 2 wicks and I'm probably not going to buy anymore because it just is. I don't like buying product that I know I'm not going to like and then sharing it with you guys. I tend to get stuff that I like and want to share with you guys. So that might be a little bit different of a approach than some reviewers. But like I said, we're all different. So for the most part, my favorite candle companies are Kringle. I've been using them for years. Goose Creek, same thing. I love Homeworks. Bath and Body Works. I like Yankee. Sometimes they have hit or miss, but for the most part, I've got some good Yankees. I like Woodwick. There's a lot of candles out there that I really like. But I mean, I think the core of what I usually do, obviously, is a Bath and Body Works, Homeworks, Kringle, and then and Goose Creek. And there's a lot of candles, trust me. There's only so much time in a day, trust me. That's another thing I'm going to touch on in a little bit, that this is essentially my full-time job. I was working at home during the pandemic. I kind of work in marketing, community management, operational marketing, and it got to be too much. I actually left my main job last July, and for the most part, I've been focusing, aside from a few side projects, I focus on my channel because, again, going back to what my friend Seth Godin said, I do what I love, and I love doing this so much. It would be very hard if you didn't love doing this to get on camera and do 3 and 4 videos a day. But I do. I love it like I love my iced tea. I gotta take a drink here. So as far as like getting a candle, here's my approach. What I do is like I'll haul out candles first. Like if I get a haul, I'll open the box, I'll smell them cold, I'll share them with you, by the way. This smells so good, by the way. Sweet carrot cake. Open the box, go through all of them, and then what I do is I'll usually do like a first burn. So, I mean, I have multiple rooms in my house. Sometimes I'll put one in my kitchen, my living room. I'll do a burn on a candle, kind of see how it smells, if I like it, if I don't like it. And then I go to like stage 2. And what then I do is I'll light a candle up, and then I'll have the candle burning and I'll review it on camera. Some people don't burn, they don't have a candle lit while they're reviewing. It's just, I don't know why. I like having a lit candle while I'm reviewing. It's just kind of, it's homey. So I usually have the candle lit while I'm reviewing. People used to always yell at me because I'd hold the candle above my head, and I stopped doing that because I'm like, yes, I don't want wax on my head. But yeah, I like to have the candle like burning on camera just because it just feels like an atmosphere. So I'll do that. When I do a review, I'll go through the scent notes, tell you what the candle is, and then I will give you my take on like scent quality, whether or not I like the mix of the scents. I'll go in a little bit deeper. I'll try and pick apart the scents. For example, Sweet Carrot Cake has got the sweet cream cheese frosting. I love that frosting note, by the way. You can really smell the cream cheese in there. And I'll kind of break apart the scent notes a little bit. Cinnamon spice, like if there's a cinnamon or nutmeg, I like to tell people like how much of the spice is in a candle. Like some candles, it'll say cinnamon, but the cinnamon is light. So I'll mention that, if I'm reviewing a candle. Where'd my bubblegum candle go, by the way? Bath and Body Works, that was an interesting one for me because I really wanted to love the bubblegum candle. And oh my gosh, this one was so incredibly light. So I have no problem telling you guys if a candle is really low on throw. I mean, you know me, vanilla bean no smell over Christmas. Again, I will tell you if a candle is strong, but it's my opinion. That's the thing. And when it's your own opinion, you might not agree with somebody else. And that's where we get into this really difficult gray area, which is why I tell people to look at multiple reviewers. Because, I mean, if you're really serious about like getting a specific candle, like if you really want, pink bubblegum and you're kind of on the fence, if you watch 2 or 3 reviewers, 2 of them might say the same thing. It's like, I think everybody said this one was light. You might get another review like Sweet Carrot Cake. I personally think Sweet Carrot Cake is really strong. Another reviewer might say, you know what, there's no throw. So who do you go with? That's kind of a personal choice at that point. And it's difficult sometimes. I like to review a lot of candles and body care, also because a lot of people can't go shopping. If you can't get out of the house or, there's not a store near you, you might rely on me to at least tell you what I think. And I've been doing this for a really long time. And I feel like I'm fairly confident in what I do. I know how to break down a scent. I feel like I do a good job doing it for you guys. And again, it's my opinion. The other factor is room size and airflow. And that is a huge factor. I don't have a huge house. I've got like a 2,000 square foot house, 4 bedrooms, living room, kitchen, dining room. My living room is the biggest area. And if I burn a candle in my living room, it's going to smell a little bit different than if I burn it like in my filming room. It's going to fill up faster. So I try to mention that when I'm reviewing. I know a lot of people have those really big open concept homes. Honestly, I don't know how a candle's going to perform in there. I mean, you could burn what I think is a really strong candle in a really big room and you get no sun. So that is definitely a factor. The other part is how we process scent. Tropicalic's a really good example. Like, it stinks on me. My mom likes it. Go figure. I may smell a cinnamon note different than, it's funny, I have a friend who hates cinnamon. She just will not do anything cinnamon. I love cinnamon. It's like one of my favorite things. So we don't know how other people are processing a scent, and we're all different. I mean, I may smell cinnamon as strong. Someone else may smell it as weak. So that's a factor too. That's a little bit difficult. So there's a lot of different things that go into reviewing. What I can say is that I try really, really hard to give you guys a quality review based on my personal taste and my knowledge of doing this for the past like 8 years. Like, is it that long? 8 years. And like I said, I love what I do. It's something that just gives me so much joy to come on here and be able to share this with you. And I'm so grateful to all of the candle companies who've partnered up with me. I mean, the fact that Goose Creek sends me candles, I mean, I couldn't be doing this if I didn't get some PR, because there's no way anyone could buy all of this stuff and be able to review it and then be able to make a little bit of an income. I mean, we do make an income off of YouTube. Obviously, we have ad revenue and stuff, and a lot of people like to point that out. But you know what? I consider this my full-time job now. I mean, it's something that I have dedicated myself to. I love doing it. I'm going to continue doing it as long as I can, as long as I'm still having fun. And I plan on growing my channel and hopefully sharing out more small businesses and just adding to the depth of what I do. As many of you know, my husband actually was diagnosed with a blood cancer called multiple myeloma. Oh my gosh, it's been 2 years now. He had a stem cell transplant. It'll be 2 years this summer. I can't even believe that the time is flying. But I don't know what's going to happen in the future, if he's going to need to retire at some point. And I'd like to continue doing this. You know, I enjoy being able to be home. I can make him a lunch. I can help him out. You know, it's nice to be able to be here and, not out in the world. So, like I said, it's something I love. So I kind of wanted to address that a little bit. Only it seems like about every 6 months, I get a couple of comments on my channel going, I don't know if I trust your reviews. And that's fine. Honestly, if you don't want to trust my reviews, that I am okay with that. Look at a couple of other candle reviewers, kind of make your own decision. Like I said, we're all different. And honestly, it really does not hurt my feelings. Like I said, you turn 50 and all of a sudden you have freedom. You're like, not everyone's going to like me. I hope you like me. I hope if you like me, you subscribe to my channel because I like what I do. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, put them below, comments. But I know Leah's done a couple of videos about what it's like to be a reviewer. A lot of us just like to explain what's happening. If this is something you think you'd like doing, if you want a channel, I highly recommend trying it. It cannot hurt. I didn't think I would be doing this myself. And turns out now I have a career kind of doing this. And the final element, oh my gosh, is of course all of you. I literally could not do my channel without your support. I met so many nice people along the way that I kind of talk to like on a regular basis. It has been so nice to meet so many wonderful people. So I appreciate everything that everyone brings to my channel. You guys send me coupons and you leave comments. We do the Christmas card exchange. I just feel like it's not only a review channel, we have just a really good community here, and it's because of all of you. So anyway, thank you so much. I wanted to start March out with a little bit of a kind of a different video. I will be back later probably to review a candle. I get back to what I do. Anyway, I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.